All right, man.
All
so
right, there we go.
Before we do the podcast, I had this weird fucking dream, right? And it was you and me playing Heads Up. You know what that is?
The Ellen game? Isn't it like an Ellen
Yeah,
thing?
she fucking owns it.
Doesn't she own everything? What's the category?
Everything. Everything in the world.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's a breakfast cereal, but it's not.
Fruit Loops.
No, it's the most famous one. It's kind of it's like boring.
Cheerios.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh my God, Bill Watterson's incredible comic strip. Come on, best comic strip. Named after philosophers. They're always walking around. The days are just packed. Come on.
I'm so sorry.
Skip it. This is what you look like right now, not knowing what Calvin and Hobbes is.
A dumbass.
But in a circus.
Clown.
There you go. This guy, he does the Lincoln commercials, and time is a flat circle. That's a horrible impression of you are correct. Yeah. This is the guy with the little thing stuck up his ass on Winnie the Pooh. Let me be a little more clear. He's the sad friend of Winnie the Pooh.
Motherfucker?
I
don't know his
he's
name.
blue as hell emotionally.
I don't know his name.
Skip it.
Fuck.
Skip it. One more. Keep going. There you go. This is a show. Oh my God, Ryan Murphy's show. They sing, they dance, they do covers of songs. It's a whole thing. That was my impression of the show. Glee.
You should have said James the Nerd.
Calvin and Hobbes, man. You don't know Calvin and Hobbes?
Who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that? What are you talking about? All right, ready?
Do you know Calvin and Hobbes?
Of course he knows Calvin
Do you
and
know?
Hobbes.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
We're young.
All right, whatever. Wait, we need a tiebreaker. Do you know of Calvin and Hobbes over there in the corner? All right,
Fuck.
I win.
Jesus.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Oh God. Okay, I love this. Here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna suck so much cock right now. Go!
Tigers.
Yes,
No,
yes,
you're fucking kidding me?
Yes!
Wow.
Hey, this fucking animal farts and shit.
Okja.
No, like green smoke coming out of their ass, bro.
Oh my God,
Black and white.
octopus. What? Wait, green a zebra? What are you talking?
like
green
in a cartoon
smoke?
and shit, bro. Like,
No idea. No fucking clue.
Hey, Thanksgiving, I'm gonna eat a
Turkey.
yeah.
Of course. Is this animals round?
All I want for Christmas
Is you? Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was is you.
Drag Race.
Oh shit! What's the name of the
I'm
host?
drag queen.
Yeah. I know RuPaul.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, I knew it. Yeah.
Motherfucker, shitty NFL stars come and they in an ABC show, I think.
No fucking. Oh, I knew. Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I fucked it up.
Hey,
Damn.
fuck! I dropped some shit and I need a
Scooper. Vacuum.
Yes.
What is this category?
All right, we're done. But yeah, look at the first thing, bro.
What did I not get it? I forget.
No.
Oh no, it was Tigers for real, dude. How the
Was
fuck
that on
does
camera?
That
We
happen?
got that.
How does
That's
that
a
happen?
fucking clip. Go Tiger. That's
Devil Wears Prada would have been tough to do in the last second. Yeah, Dancing with the Stars. I knew it and I fucked it up. Skunk. Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot. Should have said Pepe Le Pew. Should have said the fucking rapist character from that they didn't allow into the new Looney Tunes movie.
fuck. And
Didn't they not let him in? Did you see Space Jam 2? I didn't see
no,
it.
I didn't.
Apparently, he's not allowed in it because he's like a predator.
Holy fuck! I'm sweating so much. I've jerked off to you so many times. I'm sweating.
How was that like your dreams?
Yeah, that was wet dream. Just you and Catherine Langford just fucking going at it, man.
Katie Lang, watch your mouth.
Oh. All right, Eric. Welcome to the Courtesy Flush podcast. This is my podcast
Beautiful.
with my head in a fucking toilet.
I love it. I love the graphic. Who made the graphic for you? It's beautiful.
Oh, not him. One of my friends, Paul Christian Dela Cruz. Shout
Amazing.
out. You're beautiful. He also watches pretty much.
Oh,
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, like Tyler Down.
Oh, God. It took me a second to understand. Yes, I got it. All right.
Yeah.
Said it was going the other way, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to lie to you. I thought I was going to get Winklevoss. We sent 30 emails, and nothing happened.
Winklevoss, as in two of me were going to show up?
No, like, we sent a bunch of emails, like that scene in Social Network, sent a bunch of emails, and nothing happens.
Yeah, we've been trying to make this happen for a while.
Yeah, but, I understand scheduling conflicts happen, but I appreciate you for being here.
last time? I forget.
Last time, I was being a
it
dumbass.
the schedule changed.
Yeah, like
That's
2
right.
hours.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was, I think, what were we supposed to do, something at like 7, and I was recording something after?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So it was, very tight for you. Yeah.
All good this week? I made sure to make it during a week when I had a lot more availability this time.
Thank you. Thank you so
Dude,
much,
Thank you so
man.
much for having me. I appreciate it.
And, look, I wanted to ask you, how did Existence Media start? How did it come to be?
Oh, yeah. So that's my company, yeah. And I started doing stuff on the internet around maybe like 2000 6? I mean, like I was on MySpace. I don't know how old you are, but you remember MySpace?
No.
You know of
I mean,
it though.
I do know.
How
of
old
it,
are
yeah.
you? How old are you?
I am 9. I just turned 19.
You just turned 19?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're 11 years younger than me.
What the fuck?
Holy
Okay.
shit! I definitely thought you were a little bit older.
Okay.
It's so funny. I literally was thinking, I was like, should I like bring some beer or something like that? I'm glad I did not. But so MySpace though was like the pre-Facebook. You know that though.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
And I was like doing stuff on there. I was doing like whatever, goofing around, doing music and uploading funny pictures and videos and stuff. But then like really started doing it on YouTube in 2006, maybe 2007. And then over time, I started doing a bunch of different projects on the internet because that's when really being able to easily be creative on the internet started.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, as far as I'm concerned. And I just needed a place to sort of have as the hub. Because I didn't want to do everything just like through my own name personally. Like I wanted to have like an actual company.
I'm sorry. People call the hub Pornhub. That's what they refer to. That's why.
Well, so that's interesting you say that because no, I'm just kidding. There's nothing coming from that.
It was just a curveball. Yeah.
I needed a home base. How about
Okay.
that? There you go. Needed a home base, and so yeah. I mean, it just made sense to have. I mean, if you want to really get into the weeds of it, I probably started out as like a DBA at first, a doing business as kind of deal. But then I was like, I really should have like a company backing all these projects and stuff, and so that's how Existence Media started.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's like a legit LLC that you.
It's a corporation.
Oh.
I mean, you can start a corporation. It's not necessarily like impressive to have a
Oh
corporation.
yeah. Like I want an OnlyFans tax break.
Exactly.
Here's a
Yeah.
fuck
Then
you
you're gonna want to
LLC,
have.
yeah.
That's probably more of an LLC thing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you corporation.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Either way.
Yeah. So like, how many employees do you have working for you?
Right now, it's just me and my business partner.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's been a very small operation. Up until recently, it was just me and my business partner. God bless him. He was like, we're not making enough money to pay me right now, and he's like, he had a job, so like I really appreciate that he was just like, once there's enough money to actually pay me for doing all the things that I do, which he does a lot. He does all the business stuff so that I can do fun
he's
stuff.
the Eduardo Savern. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the. That's tough. Yeah, I guess so, technically, because he does. I'm the creative guy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like, is Mark Zuckerberg the creative guy? I don't know. So that's kind of a tough comparison. But he finally we're at a point where we could actually like bring him on. But for a while, I mean, the company existed for 5 years before he even joined at all.
Okay.
So it was just me for a long, long time, and now it's just the two of us. It's a very small operation.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's no I think I've noticed that. Like, but
Is that good or bad?
No. Like I always
It's
assume.
kind of rough around the edges, actually.
Yeah. Like I thought you were gonna say, oh yeah, my sister owns the company or something. But
No, that would be interesting.
yeah, that would be interesting. But yeah, like so those your friends who hop on the tracks and stuff, they're not employees. They're just your friends who happen to be on the track.
Yeah, I mean they get paid, of course, but they're not employees. Again, I do all of anything that you watch, anything that you hear from pretty much it is all me, and then he takes care of all the business stuff because
Okay.
I am not as well versed with that, and he's very, very good at that.
Okay.
I recommend everybody have something like that. If you're a creative person, you should have. If you don't know what you're doing, don't want to say don't know what I'm doing because I did it for a while to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend if you can partner up with a friend or somebody that is good with, or better with money stuff, business stuff, I highly recommend it.
Okay.
So that you can just focus on having fun and doing the stuff you like to do.
Okay, that's pretty good advice, actually. Yeah. That is true because I am kind of doing this solo, like most of it, but I do, like my friend over there, he helps me edit the videos.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and like I have my friend did the art, and then like one of my friends helped me like promote it on TikTok. So
Sweet.
a lot of my friends are very talented, so I just outsource it to them because
You
I'm
gotta
lazy as shit. Yeah,
Surround yourself by talented people
Yeah.
is the best thing. Yeah.
correct.
Absolutely.
That's very true.
Ideally, you're the least talented person in the room on a
Right?
project. That's really how it should always be with a
I'm
creative
just
project.
talking. Yeah, that's all I'm really doing.
That's the way that everybody should feel with that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So that's awesome, man. So I wanted to ask about pity applause. Like I understand, is that like your live theater performance or?
That was, man. We haven't done that in a while, but I love the concept so much. And AJ is my business partner. I forget if I said his name before, but we definitely would love to do something with it in the future. It was a comedy show that I was doing. I lived in New
shit.
York for a while. It was a comedy show that I was doing. I know you do comedy. So
Yeah.
I know you'd be into this. You do more stand up than like improv
yeah,
though, right?
Yeah, not improv.
This
just
was an
stand-up
improv comedy show.
Yeah.
Okay. I tried stand up one time. I wasn't very good
What?
at it. So respect. I'm
I
not
feel like
very
you'd be good
at
at it. Like all the riffs you do on.
But that's better attributed to like improv.
Oh, it's because you have something to comment
Making
on.
shit up. Yeah.
Yes,
So, but I have a lot of respect for. I tried it once just out of curiosity, and I was like, wow, I have a lot of respect for people that can do stand up. So good on you. But this was an improv comedy show that we were doing in New York from, I don't know, maybe like 2013 to 2016 or 17.
Okay, that's a run.
And it was really fun. The cool thing about it was. Do you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
You know, okay. Do you ever see there? When I was a kid, they used to do a thing where before Chucky showed up, or Chuck, I should say. Sorry, excuse me. Don't know how to use his middle initial. Before Chuck showed up, it would show him like running around the country, and then he like ran in the door, and it looked like Chuck E. Cheese just like ran from California to New York, and then like busted into the room. That like always inspired me as a kid, just like that sort of like playing with like you're watching something on a monitor, and then it comes into reality.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what it was. It was. We would perform on stage and then go backstage. And there are episodes of this on YouTube if it what I'm saying doesn't make sense.
I've seen the YouTube
so
channel.
You'll get the idea, yeah. We would like perform on stage, and then when we went backstage, a video would play of us backstage, quote unquote, talking about like, man, that scene was fun, but Paul, you could be, my buddy Paul and I created the whole deal. We were like, you could be doing better. And then like Paul would like knock me out for saying that, and then when we come back on stage, I have a bloody nose.
Oh shit.
And we didn't do that, but that was always the pitch. The pitch was like, what happens on the videos backstage influences what happens on stage. There's like a narrative through the short form improv.
That's fucking sick.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So what brought it to a halt in 2017-ish?
Me moving into a van was one of the big things.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, before that, I knew that I wanted to live in a van. That was in 2016 is when that kind of started. But even before that, it was just not making money. It's like, how long can you do something that's not making money? I don't know. You know, who knows? I don't know if you feel that way about anything you're doing. I'm sure a lot of artists do.
Yeah.
But we were spending money on the spaces and stuff, not bringing in enough to like cover it. And it was just more of a, let's put this on hold than like a full stop. And that's still the intention. I would love to bring it back someday.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. You should bring it back. I would love to. So many of your fans, we could all show up to your.
I think, you know what? More people, I think, would actually come out for it nowadays. Yeah,
definitely.
For sure.
And
for sure.
You can definitely find ways to monetize it. For like you don't charge tickets or.
We did. It's just, I mean, in New York, everybody's got. Maybe it's similar out here in LA. You tell me, but in New York, everybody's got a comedy show or something, and it's like, you know,
do it here, man.
Hard to. Well, but it's going to be the same thing probably, right? Well, no, maybe it'll be better now, but back then it would have been the same thing where it's like, how many friends can you just like get to come out to a show twice a month? Like they'll come to one of them, you know?
Yeah,
it's just tough.
I get you. Yeah. So let's see, comedy show in New York. That was Pity Applause.
Yeah, that's Pity Applause.
And tell me about Nyctophobia. That's one of the other things, right?
Yeah, that's my baby. That's my favorite. How long you been? Are you been around watching pretty much it
for
a while or no?
Here's the thing. Let me tell you this.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you know these things really that well or what.
Back in the day, like early when I was in elementary school, I'm in college now.
Crazy.
So I used to just search up blah blah movie review. So I saw Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, and then I saw you and your homies, and I used to click on those videos, and they were funny as shit.
I appreciate
and then that. Forgive me, I did not subscribe. And then I
gotta go, man.
All right,
I gotta go.
All right, guys, have a good one.
It's the end of the podcast.
So years down the road, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that Avengers movie review was hilarious. Let me try to find it, and I was like, fuck, doesn't exist. What the fuck happened? Because it just wasn't there. You unlisted
this was years later.
Yeah,
so this was in the last few years when I put all that stuff on a different old website.
Dot, pretty much.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
So I was like, did I fucking have a fever dream? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where's Eric Striffler? And then I searched your name up, and then I saw your sketch, your Pass the Remote channel.
Yeah, old stuff. Oh my god, that's high school for me. That's crazy. Yeah.
So then I was like, so I basically lost you for a second, and then I watched the show 13 Reasons Why on Netflix, and then I YouTubed that, and I saw your commentary track on there.
And then you were like, that's that guy. Oh, so it was like
it
an
took
accident.
me a second to click.
Oh, look, perfect.
Yeah, and then I just fucking fell right into the fucking rabbit hole.
Perfect.
Fucking just deep binges on everything.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So in between that time, yes, I was doing early on, and then in between I was doing a show called Nyctophobia.
Yeah.
Which is another. I'm really into in-person theatrical stuff, clearly, as much as I love creating stuff on the internet and watching movies and stuff. Love theater and love whether it's comedy, live comedy, or it's, drama or whatever. And this started out as I had an affinity as a kid for haunted houses. You like haunted houses?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You don't get scared?
Well, the only thing I'm really scared of is spiders. I'm very arachnophobic.
Interesting. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But like, general shit, I'm not really scared of.
Got it. Okay, so if a local community theater like guy just like jumped out at you with like a spider mask on, you'd freak?
Oh yeah, I'd freak.
Okay, got it.
Fucking
Perfect.
Just spiders. Just
Yeah, fair. I'm with you on that.
yeah, the only spider I like is the one that gives you a deadly boner. I don't know which one that is. That's the thing, right?
Pardon? Is that a thing?
Yeah, like like certain types of tarantulas, if they bite you, you'll have a very hard erection, but you will die.
Wow.
Like, it messes with your blood
natural
or something.
Viagra.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You'll get a boner, but you will die.
Yeah, you will die.
All right, so you gotta act quick.
Like if the erection's happening, you're fucked already.
Boy, if I had a nickel.
Die
But
hard. Yeah.
So this was it started as a haunted house when I was, I don't know, it was like 2010 or so. I was doing haunted house stuff I grew up on Long Island in New York, and I was doing haunted house related stuff when I was a kid, like in my teens. And then as I got older, I was like, okay, I was making some money from YouTube, and I was like, I could put this into making my own thing. I could do my own thing. And that slowly became less of a haunted house, more of a like just a weird, dramatic, theatrical thing. That was Nyctophobia. And the last one we did was in 2016, but that's another one. That's the main thing I want to bring back ASAP. Still weird right now to do things, theater things, obviously, but I have every intention of bringing that back. That is my favorite. That might be my favorite thing.
And you have rows of fans that will back you up.
I hope people would show up for it. Yeah.
Well, definitely, probably not. I won't go to New York for
it. That's
but
fair.
Yeah.
I would love to do it in multiple places.
Yeah,
it'd be fun as hell.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I was planning on going to 13 cities. Why? When it was happening?
2019.
In 2019. But I just couldn't because of scheduling stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna do it again.
Well, and then the world shut down. Yeah. We wanted to do it last year, but obviously that wouldn't have worked out.
Yeah, you were trying to do 13 countries. Why?
Can you even imagine?
Fuck?
Yeah, but first of all, fuck up for two reasons. Number one, it was a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm glad we didn't plan anything. Number two, there weren't 13 episodes of the fucking final season.
There's like 10.
There's only 10.
Yeah.
So we would have been planning I didn't know that until it launched. So we would have planned a whole thing.
The 12 or 11, 12, and 13. You guys are just there like, hey, how's everyone?
Anyway,
doing?
how you guys doing? You want to watch those again? Like, yeah, I mean,
you guys want to watch Social Network?
It's I guess realistically we would have just had to throw some movies in the mix, I suppose. But
yeah,
really fucking weird. I mean, it worked for our purposes. It worked out that we couldn't do it because we would have been screwed. Yeah, and also the tough thing about that is like, you don't know when it's going to drop. They don't announce very far in advance.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough to plan. Yeah.
So, what's the definition of nyctophobia? What are you scared of?
It's the fear of the dark.
Fear of the dark.
The fear of the dark. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I started doing that long time ago, like whatever, 11, 12 years ago, something like that. And since then, there's been a lot of different, I think there's a video game called Nyctophobia.
Oh, shit.
There's a bunch of different things called Nyctophobia. At the time, there wasn't. Now, there's a bunch of different stuff called Nyctophobia. I'm sure if you look it up, there's probably a bunch of haunted houses, local places around the country called Nyctophobia. So that name is sort of like tough now, Like, so if it were to come back, I don't know that it would be called Nyctophobia, but it would be the same spirit. It would be like a spiritual successor to that concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see that back.
I hope to do it.
Yeah, of course, man. And we would support you. And so I wanted to ask, so you've been in the YouTube game for a long time, like basically when like a year into when the fucking YouTube even became a thing.
When did it start? 2005?
5, yeah. But
so 2006 is when I can think of. 2006, I think, is the earliest I can remember really uploading anything, and it was like you hear from people around then. It was just to show friends.
Yeah, like
it was no
just
like audience.
I remember like the only guy popping off, or I wouldn't say only guy, but like one of the top guys were just Niki Higa. I remember watching him, like in the early days of YouTube, and it was just him with a shitty 360p camera doing dumb shit.
Yeah, maybe the flip cameras and stuff around then, something like that. Yeah.
And it just goes viral. Like I kind of miss that about YouTube.
You remember what viral was back then, though? Maybe like 50,000
50K
views. It's insane.
Yeah, it was insane. Like I think your sister has like the most viewed video, like even compared to you, right?
She has a very, very when we were younger, we did all kinds of pranks and stuff.
Yeah.
Now now it doesn't appeal to us.
Prank, right?
She was doing a lot of prank calls and stuff. We did some prank calls over on my channel and some in-person stuff, but it doesn't appeal to us anymore. No, whatever. If it appeals to you, great, whatever. But it's just not our thing anymore. I have a couple of friends that do things like that are still really good at it and whatever. But like that was just like a kid thing for us, and we dropped off of it. But she did that kind of stuff when she was a kid. And then, maybe not when a kid, like whatever, long time ago though, maybe like a decade ago. And and she was doing it for a while. That I'm still interested in creating stuff for the internet. That is not her lifestyle anymore. Of course. That was a long time ago.
But I've seen her she was on OBX.
Yeah, very funny. She's on the tracks. Yes, she's on the new OBX tracks because she's a huge fan.
Yeah, yeah.
You watching them? You loving them?
Yeah, yes. I finished season 2.
You finished it.
Yeah.
We can't say any spoilers in case anybody from pretty much it's watching because we got 2 tracks going on still.
Shout out John. He watched the highlight video.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. And you heard me mention.
Yeah,
I didn't want to name you.
I'm the man on the inside.
The man on the inside. Yeah,
yes,
so
sir.
that
I heard that shit, man.
But you're active in the Discord. Everybody knows you're the man on the inside.
Yeah, of course.
Which, by the way, let me ask you. Are you on a bunch of Discords or no?
Dude, that's the thing.
I would love to.
You can even ask my friend. Like, I was very anti-Discord. I fucking hated that shit.
I didn't even know what it was.
I didn't even know what it was either until I heard that like PlayStation, like they're ditching their party system and they bought like a portion of Discord.
Oh, see, I don't even know that.
Yeah, so I was like,
that's coming from a gamer's point of view.
Yeah, from a gamer.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I gotta hop on the bandwagon now, and then I became a patron very recently.
Sure.
First Patreon I've ever subscribed to.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
How do you like it?
Fucking amazing.
It's good? Okay,
Hell
good.
yeah.
I feel very strongly that we're offering exactly what we promise.
Yeah,
and all you got to do is sign up and you'll love it kind of deal. So I'm glad to hear that.
And then I saw like one of the bonuses was like you get to be in a Discord, like a certain Discord. So I was like, okay, let me check this out. And I was like the second I joined, you said welcome to me. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think I'm more active than people are expecting. Yeah, I do. Somebody literally just today asked a question and I answered it just on my way here actually in the Uber and they wrote back like, oh, thanks for answering that. Also, I can't believe you answered that. And I'm like, it's so funny because to me, I'm like, I'm always in there.
Yeah.
I don't think anything of it. I don't think you think anything of it. Everyone's always in there. And so it's always, I feel like people are surprised. I'm sure there's a lot of Discords where the person that started it's not super active.
Yeah.
Probably. But I love it. It's my favorite thing right now.
Yeah, like
Discord.
It's really good. We like, there's actually like, I have some friends on there. Like I was
just going to ask you.
Yeah.
So you're only really in this one?
Yeah, I don't really.
I was going to ask how it compares, but okay. Oh, what?
I'll
you
admit
in another?
There was a lot of NSFW things on Discord, but those are all gone now. I don't know if you heard.
You're not allowed to do that on Discord?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're not allowed to. Yeah, NSFW is gone.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'll admit to everyone on my podcast.
I think that was a Patreon problem also early on. I think that they had to deal with, they were having a lot of people using it almost like an OnlyFans kind of thing, and they didn't really want to do that.
So there's this YouTuber, I don't know if you know her name's Corinna Comp. She recently made an OnlyFans, and I did not want to pay for that shit, so I joined a Discord with her. So it was literally just PMI and porn.
Honestly, there's your autobiography title. Yeah. When you pass, that'll be like your eulogy.
So yeah, those are the 2 Discords I was subscribed to. You know, it's just people sharing, like taking screenshots of OnlyFans and just sharing it to everyone who.
I'm not surprised that that's a thing. Yeah. I'm sure that that's like a Reddit thing as well.
Yeah. But like iOS is really, they do not want nudity on anything. They're cracking down. They cracked down on Tumblr
on
already.
iOS.
Yeah. Like.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And like some Reddit things are getting shut down, like NSFW subreddit. I know so much about this.
That's so funny. You know, it's funny because I feel like I grew up. You grew up with the internet way younger.
Oh yeah.
The internet came along when I was in my teens. So you're reminding me. I remember like internet porn was like when I was coming of age.
Yeah.
Pun intended, I guess. But I actually remember looking up, and I think I've said this before. You might have heard this already, but I remember accidentally clicking on a link or something that said "Bare Naked Ladies." I didn't know it was a band.
Oh.
And I thought I was gonna get in trouble. Like I clicked on it, and I thought my parents were gonna be like, "What were you looking at?" And turns out, meanwhile, it's one of like the best '90s bands ever.
Okay.
I had no idea. So, but like, it's interesting. Like growing up, so you're 19. Yeah, 10 years difference. That's a huge fucking difference. This stuff was coming around coming up on the internet when I was like,
I mean, even in terms
12,
of digital
13, 14,
shit, like 10 years is a long time.
Yeah. But so the main reason I was asking if you were in other Discords is I was going to ask you how it compares, but you can't compare it so much as you.
The porn's better.
The porn is better. That's fair and that's reasonable. And you know what? I will consider that for our Discord. But I'm glad you're in there and I'm glad you're enjoying it because that is my favorite thing. And I feel like it is a really nice community.
Yeah, like everyone's pretty. Yeah, everyone's awesome, and you just everyone hops on, puts Ratatouille porn. It's great.
I caught that. Yeah. Well, there's a hot cartoons section that people can go to. Yeah.
Oh, what? I didn't know about
There's a hot cartoons thread. You know, like the threads they launched recently on Discord? Yeah. There's one of those that's rocking. I think people are posting there often enough that it's just staying forever.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like after 12 hours of inactivity, it goes away, but it's going to be there forever.
Yeah, they're keeping it alive.
Were you in there when we did the Lola Bunny thing?
No. I mean, I'm out of the Space Jam loop, so I don't know what's happening.
It's funny after all.
I've seen like James mention it here.
Yeah, I made such a fucking stink about Lola Bunny and the new Space Jam, and I still haven't fucking seen it. So I'm a fake fan. fan. But whatever. Oh well, what you can do.
But yeah, in all seriousness, it is a very good community, and
yeah,
it is
I'm glad
my
you're in
favorite
there. I'm glad you're
Discord
enjoying.
server.
Thanks for being active in it too. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, brother.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I want to like going back to the YouTube question. You've been here since 2006. How have you seen it like evolve over time? You know what I mean? It's been you've been here, you know, since I was fucking 4 years old or something.
That's fucking insane. Yeah, that's fucking insane. But yeah, I mean, you know, the first thing that came to mind was the fact that the there used to be, when you went to youtube.com, YouTube proper, like the homepage, it was curated by a person.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember those days, but like it was literally like whatever was on there was like, these are things we think are cool.
Yeah,
now.
I remember that.
Which that launched a lot of people's careers, basically, because like
Burnham.
they were on there once. Yeah, I'm sure he was curated by that. I know that his shit was popular on like Break.com and eBombs World. I don't even remember those websites, but those were where you go for funny stuff. And I remember like around that time posting on both. Because like YouTube was no different than just posting on one of these other like funny websites. Now it's almost College Humor was a thing.
Yeah.
You know, like
Jake and Amir.
Reminds me of like the modern day Barstool
Smosh.com.
Sports, like that back then. Yeah, but back then that was that version of like if you saw like a Barstool thing, it was like eBombs World, Break.com. That was that back then.
Like the Zach Galifianakis, I think Funny or Die.
Funny or Die. That's another one. Yep.
What's it called Between
Two Ferns.
Fucking Deathly Hollow shit right
that
here.
was their I love this. Did you bring this?
No, I don't know I don't know what the fuck.
For anyone listening at home, there is sort of like a Hellraiser puzzle piece on the table next to us.
I did not. I called it a Deathly Hollow.
That's fine too. I see that. I see that. But yeah, it was just YouTube was just one of those websites.
Yeah.
So the big difference is that YouTube is the only website now.
Yeah, now.
What other website would you upload to?
Like we have like Vimeo, Vivo.
But that's like more like private almost stuff. I don't know. Like if you upload to Vimeo, maybe you're uploading like an entire film.
Yeah.
Password protected kind of deal, you know? YouTube doesn't. I don't think YouTube really has that feature. YouTube is though. If you want to upload something just publicly, where else would you go?
Yeah, right.
That's it. For long form, I mean, now I know there's like TikTok and stuff, but like for a regular long form 16:9 video, you go to YouTube.
Yeah, of course.
Back then, it was just one of multiple websites, which is crazy to think.
That's
crazy.
It is very insane.
When you were growing up, it must have been only YouTube.
Yeah, like
right. There was nothing else.
Yeah, when I was on YouTube, like the most subscribed guy was Ray William Johnson.
Insane.
Yeah,
insane. I know him.
I know him.
I never watched it, but I know him. No, I don't know him personally. Sorry.
Okay.
So that's a comedy scene. He's more in comedy stuff now,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But rather than like viral video stuff, I just meant like I know of him. I never watched it. I know what he did, but it wasn't like something I was actively watching. But back then, you knew everybody on YouTube.
There's like only like there's Nigga Higa, Ray William Johnson, Smosh, Jake and Amir, College Humor.
I spoke at the very first VidCon in 2010, and I was
what the fuck?
I was in a room. The Green brothers, the Vlog brothers, whatever they're called, Hank and John Green started.
Oh
VidCon.
yeah, the
and
Crash Course guys. Or?
I think they do that too. This is a science show, right, or something like that. I forget. Yeah, something like that. And they started VidCon, and I was on a panel about being a college kid, even though I didn't go to college. I went for a few months, and then by the time I dropped out, I was on the panel, so I was like, all right, never mind. I'll just pretend I'm still in college.
Yeah.
And it was like a college kids, made a couple of friends there, good friends still. But I was in a room. They brought everybody that was speaking into a room, and it was like, I don't know, under 100 people, maybe like 50 people.
Damn.
The top YouTubers at the time just sitting in a room.
What the fuck?
It's really fucking weird. Now, the top YouTubers, how many people have over 1 million subscribers? Thousands?
Yeah,
tens of thousands?
A lot of, and like...
You don't know everybody anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's like, it's run by like corporations now, like fucking, and every fucking... Kirkland Water probably has a fucking YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers. Yeah.
Probably. Shout out to the sponsor of this episode.
Shout out to Costco. Thank you for very average and well-priced water. Fuck you,
but very good and well-priced gas.
Yeah.
We'll give them that.
Really? Oh, yeah, Costco gas. Yeah.
I don't do it, but I know that they have like really good gas prices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fucking...
How did we get here?
What the fuck? That's the
How did we get
flush.
to Costco gas prices? It's my fault.
No, it's okay. But yeah, like, damn, what the all the YouTubers in one place, and then everyone with 1 million subscribers. Yeah, and like now it's fucking weird. Like, anybody can really like pop off. Like, I don't want to say that, but like anything fucking random can pop off. You know what I mean? It's very
niche communities out there. Yeah, anything. That's true, and that's the best. That's really the best part about this kind of stuff is that like you can find your community.
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be like the most popular community, obviously, but like think of how like I feel like D&D was considered a like a nerdy like thing a while ago, but now it's like it's super popular because all those people found the only reason it was perceived as nerdy is because it was less people. You didn't know that there was a big community, maybe like only your local community was what you're thinking of. I've played a couple times with my buddy Miles and stuff, but like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know a ton about it, but I know that like it's popular. Star Wars even. Star Wars was nerdy when I was growing up, to a point.
Yeah.
Now it's like the most popular thing in the world.
Yeah.
Comic books,
Marvel.
Yeah. So I feel like
grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, literally, the internet made it so that everybody could, your local communities could find your international communities, basically, which is that's so cool. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Miles Bond. This is so random, but I try I send out emails to get people on my podcast. And I always try to guess people's email. That's how it usually goes.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if you saw.
Right. Half the time.
I guess like 5 variations of Striffler, Eric Striffler at Gmail. And
sure.
Yeah, I tried, and you replied to one of them, and I don't know which one it was. I'm pretty sure it was the existence.
I don't know. I don't remember. It was probably something pretty much it related because we have like a support email. So it might have been from like the Pretty Much It support email kind of deal.
Yeah, okay.
I know I don't have it on my phone, so it's probably like the Pretty Much It support thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Awesome. So yeah,
That's really funny though. I feel like I've heard about that before and that actually paying off for people because you wouldn't think that like Jake Gyllenhaal at gmail.com is his email, but most of the time it is.
It is. Yeah, it's their personal email.
Yeah. Most of the time I feel like that is true.
So most of my guests on my podcast is literally just seeing a famous person on the internet, guessing their email.
Cold call. Yeah. Or cold email.
Outreach type stuff.
It's initiative, man. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, sometimes it hits.
How's it been going? Have you had gotten a bunch of people? Or?
Yeah, I've gotten some good people. I put milesbond at gmail.com, my bunch of shit at gmail.com for Miles. Not a reply. Didn't get him.
I couldn't tell you his email.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I tried my best to guess it. I tried doing his Bongjanar. What's his full name?
That's close. We'll leave it at that. Bongjanar. I like that.
That's a fucking Lord of the Rings town. Go to Bongjanar.
Yeah. But honestly, that it is funny you say that because I've heard of that being like the way to go with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I have heard of that being, if you want to like send scripts around, like people just send it to like what they think is the email. What does it hurt?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
At gmail.com.
You'd be surprised.
Right.
Or maybe you wouldn't be. That's what it is half the time.
Yeah. So thank you for responding to my email and, keeping
Thanks
in
for
touch.
having me. I appreciate it. I
Course.
appreciate that you wanted to have me on.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming.
That's it.
Yeah. So how old were you when you started Pretty Much It, PMI?
Let's see. That was the channel itself I started in 2010. So I would have been your age. I was like 19.
Oh, shit. Like
something
straight
like
out of high school?
Yeah, 19, 18, something like that. Maybe because I guess I turned 20 in 2011. So right out of high school, I gave college the old college try, which is a funny way to put it, I guess. But I did it for a couple of months, and I was like, this isn't for me. And luckily, I'm very, very lucky that I didn't have any parents, or my parents, I should say, didn't push me to do it. They trusted me, to know what I was doing, which is very nice. I'm sure a lot of people don't have that, so I'm very, very privileged to have been trusted to be able to do what I wanted to do, and they didn't really give me any pushback. I just said, I think I know what I want to do. It's not college related.
That's supportive, amazing.
Yeah, and they're super supportive today. They're crazy supportive. But yeah, I mean, it worked out. I just had a feeling. I was like, I think I know what I want to do. I don't think it involves this. I think I want to kind of strike while the iron's hot with the internet.
Yeah,
YouTube's popping off. Back then, really, things are coming together, and I was like, I think it's in my best interest to just focus on. I was doing Nyctophobia that year, or around then. I was doing Pretty Much It, and I just a bunch of stuff was starting, and so it worked out for me. I mean, the only thing that I missed out on was parties and stuff in college, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mooched off all my friends. That's where I met Miles. I met Miles through my buddy Kevin. Went to school with them. I met a bunch of friends that are some of my best friends today through other friends that went to school, and I visited them. So I sort of tried to have it both ways. But it was it was around then, and pretty much it was really the main thing that made me think I think I can do this on my own.
Awesome.
And so it took a long time.
Yeah,
it took a long time. Back when you first found us, it wasn't like a big thing.
No, yeah,
not that it's a big thing now. But you know what I mean.
When you searched up the movie, you were like 3 or 4, but I just like your chemistry between you and your friends.
Oh, I appreciate
that was the thing that brought me in.
I think that's hopefully still the thing today.
Yeah,
that's my hope, is that it's it's always me and my buddies.
And there's a lot of weird small world moments. Like you collabed with Chris Stuckman.
Yeah, back in the day. Well, because there was only so many like poopy people reviewing poopy people. There was
Yeah,
only so many
poopy,
poopy
there's
people.
so many shitty ass.
So many
on the
people
internet.
reviewing movies.
Yeah.
Not that many. You know,
Yeah.
it was, like you said, it was John Stuckman, Schmoes were around. You know, Chattel Bash. There was a bunch of different people that were doing stuff then. But like it was easier to know kind of everybody in that crowd because there wasn't that many people.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Stuckman was around. Stuckman's still around today.
Yeah,
Good
he's
buddy.
I think something changed. I believe
With what?
his YouTube channel.
Oh, he's making a film.
Yeah,
He's more focused on that.
and he's not going to
congratulations to him.
be posting reviews as much.
I think
or-
understandably what he said was he doesn't want to be like ripping on movies.
Yeah.
If he wants to really praise a movie he loved, he'll do it. I think that's what he said. But I get that. It's I don't know. As it feels similar. As I got older, I was like, I don't know if I want to be like negative about things. Like it's just more fun to be positive.
Yeah.
And talk like something you don't like. Don't talk about it.
Right.
You don't have to talk about it. Why bring that negativity?
Well, I do like I vividly remember your Amazing Spider-Man 2012.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
you were
back then it was
disappointed.
like, let's just rip this shit apart. Nowadays it's like, well, then again, Amazing Spider-Man 2 I liked better though at least.
What?
Because the Spider-Man swinging stuff and the costume.
For
That
the first
makes it
5
better.
minutes?
That makes honestly, the first 5 minutes of the movie are better than both movies combined. But so like if I were to watch that movie, I would be like, this is amazing, and then maybe like turn it off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Rather than like rip it apart for the rest of the time.
And everyone had like different ways of rating shit. Like Chris Stuckman, like ABC.
Yeah.
Jeremy Johns was like, no alcohol required.
Yeah,
type
of course.
shit. Yeah.
Awesome-tacular.
Yeah, awesome tacular.
Schmoes, their review.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Schmoes out of 5, whatever the hell.
And then,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Angry Joe Show, just like Stamp or something.
Heard of it? I don't know that, but I've heard
He's
of
more
it,
of
yeah.
like gaming reviews. So,
yeah,
wouldn't-
I don't know gaming shit. I'm a dumbass.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was gonna say, about your college thing. I heard you're like a podcaster. Like, are you proud of me or are you proud of this? You were on it.
Yes. Are
And
your parents proud of you?
are your
I think
parents
is
proud of
something
you?
along
Yeah.
the lines of that. Yes. Yes.
So
great,
I listened to
great
it,
podcast.
and you said something about like when you were in college, like you wanted to go to Sundance, and your teacher was like, "Fuck no!" You're like, "This is a film school. You don't want me to go to Sundance?"
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Kind of felt like real world experience, but okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a final straw. Fuck that teacher.
Yeah, that really was the final straw. I remember like, look, I get it. You got to learn the rules to break the rules. I
Yeah.
get that. And like it's now like 10 years later from what we're talking about. So as an adult, I can look back and understand like what they were teaching us was like, you got to learn the rules to break the rules. We were learning like how to do this and that. I was just sort of disenchanted by the idea of like learning how to do things. And I just felt like creatively speaking, like, can't you do whatever you want? And I get where they were coming from. I understand if I'd stayed with it more, maybe that would have come around. But so that was weighing on me in the final straw. You're right. Was when I asked the I don't know if professor, but he was like the head of the film department or something.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what you'd call him. But he really nice guy. Everybody was really nice, and I made some friends that I'm still very good friends with today. Which I think is the most important thing about college. Is
Just the
from what I can
connections,
tell,
yeah.
it seems to be, yeah. But I asked him because you're only allowed to miss a few days of class or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? And I was like, can I skip, X amount of days? I'm going to miss, Thursday, Friday, and Monday to go to Sundance. And he was like, nah, well, you're going to have to make those up or something like that. And I was like, or not, you could not even, I asked if I could make them up, I think. And he was like, no, you can't. You have to be here. Something.
Oh.
It was something really weirdly limiting. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go. So I went to Sundance and it was worth it, obviously.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Have you been to any festivals?
No,
film
I
festivals,
have
anything?
not. I saw you posting about Tribeca and stuff and Sundance, but I would love to go. Like,
did you watch anything at home earlier this year? Did you see we were doing like Sundance and South by and stuff at
yeah,
home?
yeah.
Did you watch any stuff at home?
I saw. I don't remember. Like, so a lot of my friends are a lot more, into the film
Okay,
thing
gotcha.
than me. They were talking about it. I was supposed to join them, but something happened. That's why I was remembering. Like, yeah, I did not see anything. I was going to.
I highly recommend next year. I think the plan is that probably all these festivals will be doing some in-person stuff, but also the at-home stuff.
Okay.
It's great.
Awesome.
Super fun. Yeah. That started me on a now I volunteer. I go every year.
Oh shit.
I volunteer, and then you volunteer half the time and get to watch films half the time, and it's so much fun. So many great people there. But I highly recommend going in person to anybody that is able to. Maybe not next year, but the year after. Who knows? Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But even still watching at home, it's it's a pretty good amount. It's a pretty good price to watch as many movies as you want. It's a really good deal. Highly recommend it.
That's awesome, man. This is so random. It just popped up in my head, but I saw like you were at like when you were in high school, I believe you put up a banner of pretty much it at a mall.
yeah.
That's fucking. You guys do that unsupervised, like?
No, that was I paid.
Oh, you paid for it.
It was real. Yeah, it wasn't like a prank. It was real. I around that time I was I was making some money from YouTube, and I was a kid. I didn't have like bills or anything like that, whatever. Not really.
That's where I'm at right now too.
Well, so I was like, what do I, let's put it. I mean, you hear it often, like put your money back into your business, right? You hear that often. And I didn't necessarily fully know that so much as it just felt like naturally like the right thing to do. It wasn't like a strategic thing. It just felt like, well, maybe we can grow this more if we put the money back into the business, into the promoting it and stuff. And so whether or not it helped, I couldn't tell you really. But I went to like I guess, new media versus old media. It's not really called new media anymore, but 10 years ago, YouTube and the internet and stuff was called new media.
Okay.
And so I just was curious, and I, instead of advertising just like on the internet, I advertised in the mall. And I advertised on the radio, on a local radio station on Long Island, where I said I grew up there, right?
New York, yeah.
Yeah, so it was very, very interesting. It was very cool, very local, obviously. And it was really fun to learn how that stuff works. I think it was good to know. I don't think it helped that much because it was old media versus new media almost, That almost sounds like disparaging to like the radio or whatever, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Traditional is the real word. Traditional media versus like the new media. And yeah, but that was one of them. And it was just very amusing, and I mean, I still think it's cool. Like, I still think it's cool we did it.
That's dope.
Yeah, like looking back, I'm sure if I was still in high school, I think it was right after high school. Or no, it was when pretty much it was going, so it was, a year or two out of high school. I wouldn't have done it maybe in high school. I maybe would have been embarrassed. You know what I mean? But like out of high school, I thought it was so cool for some reason.
I didn't do a banner of my podcast in high school, but I did like put it up, and like a lot of teachers were interested, and they were on my podcast.
You had stuff out around school?
No, I just like put it up in the board in the hallway.
Okay.
And like some teachers, it kind of got around that I was doing a podcast because honestly, it started with me just on my phone, just recording shit.
Oh yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah,
sure.
And I just recorded with friends, like even like the guy back there, I recorded with him. I just was recording with friends all the time. And like I've slowly moved my way up, like once like it was making money somehow. I don't know how.
The podcast.
Yeah. So
through
Spotify and Anchor. Yeah.
Ads.
Yeah. Ads.
Spotify ads and stuff.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Anchor seems like the way to go with that kind of stuff.
It is. Yeah.
Cool.
So they have an ad read, and it has a good CPM, surprisingly. Shout out Anchor.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent.
For paying for my shit.
Then nothing better than making money from doing what you want to do.
What I love, yeah.
Respect to that.
And then I leveled up to getting, Shure, microphone, Shure SM58s, XLR recorder.
Yeah.
And then,
there you go.
Like what you do for your
That's
commentary
what we do.
tracks.
Absolutely.
So that was a level up, and I'm like renting podcast studios now. Yeah, so it's a slow moving up. Yeah,
I love it.
All from that fucking shit in the hallway that I did.
You got to start. That's where you got to start. The only thing that I ever did in high school really was I just handed out. I was doing like little music stuff when I was younger.
Okay.
And I was just handing out, like, I would remember burning CDs?
Oh yeah,
that?
like
did you have that?
Shit. Yeah,
yeah. So
burning shit.
Well, no, burning CDs, not ripping them, burning them.
Oh,
literally putting my music onto a CD and handing them out at school. 10 years makes a difference.
Okay, then I'm
10
dumb.
years
Yeah,
makes a difference.
my version of burning was dragging an MP4 file into a fucking like CD thing.
So yeah, similar kind of thing. But yeah, I was literally like handing stuff out at school. Just like I would bring like a stack of 50 to school and hand them out, and that was like my version of promotion.
Oh,
in 2007, 8, 9,
fuck
whatever. Yeah,
dude.
Crazy.
That's sick.
So crazy. Now it must be a lot easier to promote shit.
Yeah.
You could
all
literally
the
just
social
like
medias.
wear a t-shirt with a QR code and have kids scan it at school or something. It feels like the way to go.
That's actually how I met this guy. I showed him a QR code with a business card. He just fucking scanned it. I had all my shit. Yeah.
There you go.
That's how we started talking.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Funny with the QR codes. In 2010, when Nyctophobia started, bringing it back to that, I have always loved like new tech and stuff like that, like new emerging things on the internet and whatever. And QR codes were, no one knew what that meant back like 10 years ago. No one in the general public, obviously. But like, yeah, so 2010 maybe, I put out promo material for Nyctophobia, which was like, it was supposed to look like in-universe, like viral marketing kind of thing. It didn't say it was a haunted house. It said like, scan this if you're afraid of the dark,
shit.
and we'll treat you, because the concept of the haunted house was that like you were going in for treatment and they gave you like an experimental drug and then like it put you on a trip basically. And
what the
so
fuck? Bring this back.
We're bringing it back at some point, man. I have to. But we did like viral marketing kind of thing, and the thing is, you had to scan the QR code, and I'll never forget, because no one knew what that was, and it wasn't built in, it's built into your phone.
Yeah, now it's just
you had to have a QR reader app. back then.
Oh, yeah.
And so I literally had to put under the QR code, it was like so unsexy for like marketing
purposes.
Purposes.
There's a lot of steps.
I had to write underneath it, like in parentheses, like download a QR reader phone and scan this and go to the website. Like it was so lame. It could have just had the QR code and looked so much cooler, but people didn't know what the hell it was. I remember we did like some in public things promoting it. In person, I should say. And we did like these pop-ups with like me and my buddies. We were in like white lab coats and stuff. And people would be like, what do I do with this? Like we had to explain it. It's crazy to think now. But yeah, so now things must be a lot easier to promote is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like especially like local
in
things
social
in
media.
School, social media. It's got to be so much easier to promote that kind of stuff.
Speaking of social media, how do you not lose your fucking mind with all your social media accounts, bro? So you have Striffler Eric.
Yeah, but I don't really use it. Everything else you're about to say, I probably use a lot more.
Pretty much .it at Instagram.
It's really the main one, yeah.
At Existence Media, at Sunday Features. Those are all your Instagrams.
Hey, Sunday Features, yeah, classic.
You know it, man.
There
you
you
know
go.
it.
Yeah.
YouTube, pretty much it. Eric with no K.
Old school. That's the before pretty much it. That's what I was doing.
Okay, then normal Eric Striffler.
Yep.
And then you have 2 Patreons, your personal Patreon, and then pretty much it, Patreon.
No personal. We were just talking about this.
Oh, yeah.
No
yesterday.
personal Patreon, technically.
Don't buy that shit.
Is this where you found the research on that? Yeah, no, I had a personal Patreon many, many years ago. Because I just wasn't making any money, and I was
guys, buy it. I want to see what's up. It's probably dick pics.
You can't anymore. That's the thing. That's why I was surprised that there was anything there. For the most part, if you go to it, there's nothing there. Yeah, that was really weird. We were just talking about that. That's right. I forgot. But in the Discord, we were talking about that in the Discord. The main things are anything pretty much it related is the main thing.
Okay.
For sure.
But like it must be like hard. Like when you have a new video, you gotta put it on the community text. You gotta put it on Reddit. You gotta put it on Discord. You gotta put it here.
Yep. I'm a little late sometimes. You'll see like Reddit will go up hours later because I'll like release a video and I'll forget. Like, oh, I forgot to do Reddit.
No, even I lose my fucking mind sometimes. I'm like, okay, I just uploaded podcast, gotta do TikTok, gotta do Instagram, gotta do Reddit, gotta do Discord.
That's part of the game.
It is part of the game.
And you could I'm sure you could and I could hire someone else to do it or whatever. Like but it's just like it's easy enough to do. It's easy, it's easy enough to do yourself. It's just like an hour of just like going from website to website and posting the same thing over and over again. Yeah,
that's the thing for me, man.
It's not that bad. No complaints. Obviously, no complaints. It's a relatively easy thing. But you're right. I mean, like back when I would say maybe like 5-6 years ago when I was on Twitter personally, on Instagram. I have a personal Instagram, but it's mostly just like I maintain it just so if I have something to promote. I have, if people are following me and interested, I can promote it there. But I don't really use it that much. It's really mostly pretty much it. But 6 years ago, I had personal this, personal that. Pretty much it. Pediaplus, Nyctophobia. There were a couple years where we were doing all of those.
Oh, shit.
And so that's the time when it's like you could lose your mind. Yeah, for sure. Now it's really main focus is pretty much it. And then I like to think that by the time we get back to doing Nyctophobia and then maybe eventually like Pity Applause bringing that back, I like to think that we'll have somebody doing that. Yeah. Which is not an open call for resumes, by the way.
It's going to be
matched. Because people ask sometimes. We're not doing that yet.
It's going to be matched with like roaring success. I just hope you know that. These are great ideas.
So. I'll tell you what, Nyctophobia exists on its own and it sold out.
Fuck.
Not unrelated to pretty much it, like unrelated to me. That's why it's, I think, my favorite thing. It's not about me at all. It was just about the show. That was purely like the most creative, like I am like behind the scenes thing. And that would sell out because people loved it as a concept.
Okay.
So that's why whenever I say like that's probably my favorite thing I've done, it's because it has nothing to do with creatively it's my baby, but like people aren't going because they don't know who I am. They're going for the show.
They're going for the show.
Pretty much it. A lot of people are like, oh, I know Eric. Pity Applause. I was performing, Eric kind of deal. Nyctophobia, I wasn't in it. I was only behind the scenes and people weren't going for that reason. So that's why I loved that.
Okay.
But so that was like almost a separate thing, but I do think you're right about Pity Applause. I think if I were to be in something like that, I hope and I think that more people would maybe show up. So when it comes back, I think it'll be more successful.
You'll see me there, man.
I hope so, dude. Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah.
So, this is weirdly ordered, my bad, but I wanted to ask.
I feel like I'm very scattered all over as well.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry. I keep bringing it back and forth.
It's okay. I'm not Joe Rogan. Doesn't matter. What goes into planning a live tour? Like something like big as like 13 cities. How
13
how
cities?
Much,
why?
You had a website set up.
We did. So we had a website set up. We had my buddy Shun at the time. He was doing booking venues. I was booking Airbnbs, flights. Whatever. Like it was. And
sounds expensive as fuck.
I couldn't tell. So again, the nice thing is I'm the creative guy.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that stuff as much. That's AJ can scratch his head if something's going wrong. You know what I mean? Which is nice. And he welcomes that. That's he's more into the business side. But I'll tell you what, like, you know, we were back and forth. So he was doing that. I was doing this. Miles was doing tech. We had our buddy Eli was doing like the merch, and he was recording the shows. So it was like a whole joint effort thing. And we didn't have what would have been really nice if we had a tour manager. We thought about it. My buddy Lee from Pity Applause. If you know Pity Applause, Lee was one of the main guys from Pity Applause. We thought about having a tour manager. Looking back, I wish we did because it would have been really nice. If you're performing, I think what I've learned is you should only perform. I think you should have other people do anything, like everything else, like setting up the equipment and stuff like that. It got a little stressful, and I don't think you should be stressed if you are the person performing. You should be relaxing and getting ready to perform. As maybe almost like diva-ish as that sounds, I found myself a little stressed before shows, and I was like, all right, forget about it. You gotta, the show needs to be good. People paid to see it. Like, forget about any of the stress that came before it. So if we would ever do it again, I had a blast looking up. I really enjoy like making spreadsheets, looking up Airbnbs, planning things like that. That's fun beforehand. On tour, I'm just thinking now, like you're making me think about it now. Yeah. Highly recommend, and I think we would in the future have a tour manager.
Okay.
Like a proper tour manager. We all sort of shared the duties of a tour manager. I don't know that that's the best way to go about it. So it was a little stressful. What you're asking, what went into it? A little stressful for that reason, because everybody had their different things. We got into the venue not long before. Quick whirlwind, set your shit up, do your thing.
Yeah, that meme of you fucking running.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, of course, I love that. But I see all that stuff in there, by the way. I don't always reply to everything, but I see everything. And it was really fun. Don't get me wrong, really fun. Came out great. I think everybody that went had a blast. Maybe people that are listening that went can let me know if they had fun. Yeah. But it's too bad you didn't make it, man. I think you would have loved it. But next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in the camera for Stranger Things season 4.
Ooh, interesting.
You know, I'm looking at you right now.
But are
we getting one?
Oh, what commentary tracks or a tour?
A tour.
It's gonna depend what the world's looking like. I don't know. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. But we would like to bring back live shows soon. We're not planning tours. We're planning individual live shows.
Okay.
Planning as things, you know, it's tough still out there. Obviously,
we would love to be there as fans. We want to be there for the Hellboy moment.
I think
it'd
be totally different now with the Discord.
Yeah,
we didn't have the Discord going in 2019 when we did the tour. I think a lot more people know each other now in the community, quote unquote.
Yeah, like I know some people in California, like Noah Dell and stuff. We play video games together. It's
there you
crazy.
go.
Yeah,
one of the nicest dudes. I think that it would be really cool to see more like familiar faces than there were even in 2019. Plenty of familiar faces, probably even more now.
Yeah,
so that'll be fun. But the main thing is, because the main question was what goes into planning that. A lot. And I think when we do it again, I think that we'll do more in advance and again have like a proper tour manager on the road, because it was a lot to deal with.
Okay.
It's tricky. Very tricky.
So I've always had this question. Since you move around a lot, you know, do you have like a constant barber, like a hairstylist?
That's a good question. No, and same with dentists and doctors.
Oh shit.
I've gotten dental work out here. I got vaccinated at 2 different states because I'm just like on the road. Everywhere I go, it's different stuff. I just roll up into a. I'm not super picky though with like my haircut. Like right now, I literally went into a barber and I had blonde hair before this, and I was like, just trim it down to like I don't want the blonde anymore. And they were like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, just cut it off. I'm resetting, basically."
That's sick, man.
And so but you can go into any barber and do that. It's nothing precious, you know.
Yeah.
If you have a barber that like has your specific style, that's tough, but it doesn't matter to me. So it's pretty easy.
Have you had any weird fan encounters? Like, have people recognize you, and like, have you had any weird like fan encounters during your time?
No, everybody's nice. I don't know. I think maybe I give off the right vibe that people get. Like, say hello. And then, like, you know, go on with your day or whatever. Like, you know, like, I haven't really had anything where, like, because I'm sure what immediately comes to mind is, like, the idea of maybe someone, like, hanging around, like, if you're, like, out with a friend somewhere. I've been, like, at a theme park or something like that with a friend, and someone has said hello, and in the back of my mind, I think, like, I hope that they aren't going to, like, follow me around now. Like, I'm here with my friend. I'm having a normal day with my friend. Never really had any problems like that.
Okay.
Everybody's really nice. I've met some people in bars where we're like, we'll have a drink, we'll start chatting, but it's natural. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to talk, you talk, and if you don't, you don't. Everybody's really cool. And I think I think that comes with me. Maybe it's because I'm very actively engaged. I like talking with everybody online. And so then when it comes to being in person, it's not weird. It's not like, you know, like I think I'm approachable.
Yeah.
So everyone's really cool. I've never had a weird one. Everybody's really cool.
Okay, awesome, man. And now we're switching gears a little bit. Pun intended. Is Mara here?
There you go. She's not.
Okay.
She's not. She broke down, and she broke down in New Jersey recently, like a month ago.
Okay.
I got her back to New York, thank God. Because New York is home base. New York's the hub, the porn hub. And New York is home base. That's where my family is. That's where my business is based out of. And so I got her back to New York. She's chilling there. And I just got to get her kind of fixed up and, back up to speed and stuff like that.
Okay. Awesome.
It is what it is.
So, like my friend earlier, he saw your Nomadland video.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk to you about Bob Wells, the van YouTuber.
Don't know him personally. Oh, okay. I don't know him personally or anything. No.
But he's definitely the guy.
He's the guy. Yeah, that's what I said in the video. He's when I first started looking up van life stuff, he's the first guy that popped up. And he's just like a very nice. Again, I don't know him personally, but seemingly very nice Santa Claus kind of vibe guy. And he just knows what he's talking about. He's more in the, and I said this in that video, he's more in the world of like, it's not wanting to, it's a freedom thing. It's like, not wanting to spend a ton of money on rent and blah, blah. It comes from more of a place of like getting off the grid. That's not where I come from necessarily. It wasn't about that. It was more just about like I like to travel and go to new places. It wasn't about like getting off the grid, getting out of like the government's control and stuff like that. I think there's a little more of an angle like that with him in that community. But he'll teach you everything you need to know. Like he'll teach you how to do everything. He's so cool.
And like speaking of YouTube niche, he's like definitely that.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that van life must have become more popular in the last. Because of the pandemic and Nomadland, didn't it win Best Picture?
Yeah. So my buddy here, his father, Alex, your father also lives in a van, right?
No, he has a van. He's built out.
He's built out a van. Well, I mean, that's the Weekend Warrior kind of thing, or not fully living in it. Yeah, right. A lot of people do, like, they'll build it out and they'll go to work during the week, and then on the weekend they hit the road and they spend the weekend in it or something like that, or long weekends. That's another way to do it. I feel like that'll be, if I ever were to settle down, that's how I would be. Like if I ever settled down and got a place again. Which, I mean, I don't see that in any time in the near future, but I'm open to it.
Yeah.
If I settle down, I'm sure I would hold on to the van and, like, go on the weekends and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just too much fun to let go of.
Tell me about Ford Fiesta movement.
Holy shit. Do you know anything about it, or
no.
You know nothing?
I just know, like, on your Instagram, you just fucking, I thought you're like, this guy's, like, the son of fucking Tom Ford. I don't know what the fuck Tom Ford is.
Tom Ford, wrong guy, but yeah, close. And not Gerald either, but.
I don't know what the fuck I just said, but, the owner of Ford, like, what the just Fiesta movement, you just chilling in your Ford. What is that?
That was a thing that was, it came up on my Instagram? Oh, it was when I probably did my birthday posts.
Correct.
There was a Fiesta post in there. I was going to say, where would that have come up? Yeah, that's probably what it was. That was a thing that Ford was doing. Ford, they did it for a few years. I think I was maybe in the last year to do it, which, maybe they found out it wasn't worth it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. They would get maybe like, I want to say 100 internet creators, mostly from YouTube, and give them a Ford Fiesta for the remainder of the year. So this was in like May of whatever the year that was, 2013, I think it was. They gave us a car and free gas for the rest of the year. That's when I really, really locked into road trips, and that's what put me on. Like, I love traveling around and stuff. But so the idea was that we would be on YouTube or whatever platform you used. If they were doing it today, it would be across TikTok, everything, I'm sure, But back then, YouTube was really the big thing. And they gave like 100 different people cars. You had to submit to do it, like, make your case. And I got selected. I was very, very lucky. It was very cool. Met a lot of cool people through that as well. That's really the best thing from anything I've done is the people I've met.
Yeah,
that's the
meeting
best part
people,
of everything.
Amazing.
But yeah, so they gave you the car, the gas, and every month you're supposed to do like a challenge, like a mission. And you could do your own thing, or they gave you ideas that you could do. And the idea was that you were promoting, from their perspective, you were promoting the car. But do you ever see any Ford Fiestas on the road?
I do not.
I don't either. I love that fucking car. I love that car, and I never see them. I don't know what happened.
Damn.
Obviously, they must have stopped doing it because I don't know if it was like just a niche thing or it was like no one was buying them.
And Tom Ford
rarely
was like,
see
fuck
them.
This.
Tom Ford himself, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And but it's just so funny. I loved that car. Not disparaging it by asking if you ever see them.
Yeah.
I loved that car. Don't know why I don't see more of them, and I don't know if they even make them anymore. It was just a weird period of time where I got lucky. That's been a lot of stuff for me. Is just got lucky. Right place, right time. Got to do a cool thing, and that was one of the coolest things I ever did. Got to drive around with free gas. I brought my friends on the road. It was super, super fun.
That's beautiful.
Really
That's
cool.
sick.
If they're out there, I recommend the Ford Fiesta.
Yeah.
I'm not being paid to say it. I just think it was a really nice car. I really liked it.
You are getting paid to say it, but
okay, fine. Tom Ford is in my back pocket.
Is that a clothing brand? What the fuck?
It is. Yeah.
I don't know what
He's also a director, if I remember correctly, right? He's a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Nocturnal Animals? Is that right? I think he did
Is
Nocturnal
that the
Animals.
Spider movie with Jake Gyllenhaal?
That is Enemy.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Nocturnal Animals.
Which
is that
obviously
with,
would be stuck in your head because of the spider, yeah.
Is a Nocturnal, is that the one
Amy
with,
Adams. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
And why am I imagining the mad guy from Man of Steel?
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Michael,
What are you, a
oh my
fucking
God.
owl?
What the hell?
Is that
Wait,
Nocturnal Animals?
What the fuck? No, you might be thinking of Margot Robbie and one of the movies. Didn't you do Who Are You? Oh, that's Wolf of Wall Street.
But no, but he also
Does
did
he also
that
do that in that?
Yeah,
Oh, so it's just multiple movies they do that.
It's a
What the hell is his
thing.
name? What the hell is his name? Zod.
I will find him.
Well, I can't. He's one of my favorite actors, and I can't think of his name right now.
Fucking, I just said angry looking motherfucker.
Michael Shannon. Oh my! I wanted to say Michael Sheen. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking of. Michael Shannon. Yeah. But have you seen Nocturnal Animals though?
I have not.
Okay, great movie. Highly recommend it. Great movie.
Okay.
But that's Tom Ford.
That's Tom Ford. So we got to rush through this. I got 5 minutes.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Do you have any scary stories while being out and about in your van?
Scariest story was not in the van, but I'll give you the better story on the road in the maybe not in the Ford Fiesta, but after that I was just like taking cars on road trips. Every year I've been on road trips ever since then. I love it so much. Not a van story, but a road trip story, close enough. My buddies and I, my friends Allison and Kimberly, who were in the Grinch commentary track, where we got called out for yelling and screaming at the end in the middle of the night, singing the songs. We were in the middle of nowhere, running out of gas in the middle of like New Mexico, pitch black, and all of a sudden we came upon this. I want to say it was like a 15-foot albino moose. It was a giant. It was massive, scariest thing I've ever seen. And we were getting to a campsite to spend the night. We got to the campsite. It was pitch black. Couldn't do it. We were too scared from the moose. So we turned back, prayed we didn't see the moose, wound up at a motel. Motel was closed. So we parked in front of the motel and just were like, fuck it. I don't know what to do. And we just slept in front of the motel in the car. And in the morning, I woke up. We were in the middle of nowhere. It was pitch black. I woke up and running out of gas. I woke up before they did, and I was like, let's just get on the road. Let's get the fuck out of here before any Hills Have Eyes shit happens. And I pulled out and I started playing out, and sure enough, it was like a horror movie. And maybe they were the nicest people in the world. I don't know, but it was like a horror movie to me. Sitting on the porch was just like a woman, like,
oh fuck no,
watching me pull out of the spot and leave. Oh, this was like in the morning now. I'm saying late in the morning when I woke up.
Okay.
So we're talking like right, at daylight. And I was like, let's just get the fuck out of here before anybody gives a shit. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing in my motel? But it was like a horror movie. It looked like Texas Chainsaw. Might have been the nicest people, but it was scary as hell. And we still talk about it. The moose is like a running gag with me and my friends because it was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
terrifying.
Really quickly, I know this is a deep question to ask for a really quick one. I was like,
I love it. I love that.
Are people different across the United States? Are like,
oh, for sure.
People in general.
Yes.
You've been everywhere.
They are. They're less. It's less extreme than what you see on the internet.
Yeah.
People who are on different political sides definitely less extreme. You only hear from the extremes on the internet.
Yeah, of course.
In person, I might disagree with someone. Politics might never come up. It's easy for me to say as someone who is not really impacted by a lot of social issues, so it's hard, easy for me to just be like, politics don't come up. They matter, they do, but they don't come up as often as you'd think based on what you read on the internet from people constantly. People are different, but they're almost like not as different as it seems.
Okay.
In person. The things you talk about on the internet behind a keyboard don't come up quite as easily or as often, I'd say. That's my major thing.
That's sick. So really quickly,
sure.
I wanted to talk to you about Swiss Army Man. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, one of the best movies
ever. Fucking love that shit. Have you seen Daniel Radcliffe's filmography from after that? Like, have you seen?
No, I haven't seen
Horns.
I knew you were gonna say it. I haven't seen Horns. I haven't
Pretoria.
seen Guns Akimbo.
Oh, Guns Akimbo.
Did that even come out?
Yeah,
it did. It did. Wasn't there a problem with that at one point?
Yeah,
I don't know.
they showed his dick in it. Yeah.
Or I think the director got in trouble or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But I haven't. But I love him. And I really should catch up. Every time he's in something, it's great because he doesn't. He's just like a fuck it guy. He can do whatever he wants because he doesn't need to make any money from it.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's what I like about his shit.
He wants.
Like, he has a show with Steve Buscemi called Miracle Workers.
Yes,
and it's fucking random and it's
Martin
beautiful.
Sheen, right? Isn't it Michael Sheen, maybe? Not Martin Sheen, excuse me. I think Michael Sheen is on it, isn't he?
I don't know.
I don't know. I could be wrong. It's definitely not Martin Sheen.
Hey, Alex, could you search up who the fuck that guy is from Man of Steel?
Michael Shannon. We got it.
We got it?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I apologize. And, okay, Bo Burnham inside, a guy with a Shure microphone and a camera in COVID. Fucking creative genius.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
Incredible. I think it's clearly the biggest thing he's done. It's one of my favorite things he's done. Definitely. Zach Stone is way up there. I don't know if you watched that along with our commentary.
I did not yet, but I will.
Watch the show at least. Have you watched the show?
No, I haven't. It's so hard to find. But I will.
Zach Stone, yeah. I think it's
on
Amazon.
my list.
That might be my favorite thing he's done. It's hard to compare, but like every special he does, I go to see them live, and I went to at least see this one in theaters, which was close enough to seeing it live, you know.
Yeah.
But he's one of my biggest inspirations from going way, way back. And Inside it's a perfect marriage of old and new because it's on-stage performance done in his bedroom like the old days.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
And a blend of comedy and music. Fucking amazing.
Brilliant.
Okay.
You loved it too?
Yeah, I fucking loved it.
Brilliant.
I saw it in theaters.
Yep, there you go.
Bo was in my theater. I just missed him.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck
See,
my
that's the
life.
nice thing about being out in LA for that. Yeah.
Okay, so these are the last two questions.
Sure.
I'm going to get lynched
I'll
if
try to
I
go
don't.
quick. I don't want to mess anything up.
Cheryl from the Discord, wait for it. Film that you thought you were going to hate but ended up liking.
Did you ask for some questions in the Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Film that I thought I was going to hate but ended up liking? Okay, this is a cop-out. I didn't think I was going to hate it. I thought it wasn't going to be for me, but The Green Knight. Honestly.
Oh, shit. What the? Cheryl's going to love that
did not
answer.
think I was going to hate it. This is a cop-out because it's not quite as extreme as what she's asking, but it's on my mind because I saw it last night. I went in. I love the director.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, of course. I love the director. I knew it would be good, but I'm just not good with medieval fantasy stuff. Like that Game of Thrones didn't do it for me. Lord of the Rings is great, but like that wasn't my favorite thing in the world necessarily. And so I went in and I was like, oh, it's like a King Arthur-esque story, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if I'm going to dig this. And I liked it more. I have some friends that went in with high expectations, didn't love it.
Oh.
I think I liked it more because I went in
I went in
thinking
completely
I wouldn't dig
blind.
it.
I didn't
Did you
know
like
shit.
it?
Yeah, it was great. I didn't know bullshit about it.
Cinematography, score, and sound design were my
Soundtrack
favorite
was
parts.
amazing, yeah.
Yes, my favorite parts.
Fucking Dev Patel's amazing.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
Mama
so
Nia.
Of course.
She says, Buenos tardes. And
you know what that is or no?
no, I don't
Don't
know.
worry
She's
about it.
told me to.
Don't worry about it.
What is the best advice that you have ever received in your life?
Best advice I've ever received
that's
in my
a hitter
life.
to end it on.
Holy moly. I don't know that I received this advice. Can I just give you the thing that always comes to mind in any situation? Blame yourself for everything, not in an intense, stressful way, but you can't fix things if it's not your fault. Like, let's say something goes wrong, it's somebody else's fault technically, bring it on to you. How can you fix that in the future? Like, make sure you check in with that person in the future ahead of time or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's hard, if that makes any sense, but that's a big thing for me. If anything ever goes wrong, if anything ever happens that wasn't according to plan, if it really was someone else's fault, I try to find a way that it's technically my fault, even if it just comes down to trusting a certain person to do something, because then maybe you don't trust them in the future. Maybe you make sure that they know what they're doing in the future, et cetera, but you can't fix something if you aren't the person responsible for it.
Okay, for sure.
Hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that always comes to mind.
Of course, man. And thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This was great.
30 emails later, we fucking did it. We did a podcast together.
So happy.
I really appreciate you being here.
I can't wait to see you at Nyctophobia. Pity applause in the future,
I'm gonna fucking be there, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna unsubscribe from Patreon. I'm fucking out. I'm done.
That's all this was. We're done.
Yeah. Get the fuck out. No,
all right.
But yeah, thank you so much. I love all your stuff. Been watching you since I was in elementary school. I'm in college now.
Appreciate it.
I finally get to see you IRL.
What are you going to school for, by the way? I know you're wrapping up, but what are you going to school for?
I'm going for computer science. Might switch to business. I don't know what's happening.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Good luck with it.
Do a 180.
Regardless.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And you and your chest hair were beautiful today. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
I'm really glad you were on the podcast. I had a great time with you. Go
awesome.
Fucking Tigers.
Go Tigers.
This was a great podcast, and that's
pretty much it.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Nice to see all of you.
Thank you, Michael. Holy shit, we fucking did it, man.